Hello guys and welcome to What the Tech episode number 38. Woo, my name is Adam Lobo.
And my name is Vernon. Great to be back.
Yes, I'm always waiting
awesome.
for the...
Great.
Great to be back is one of your main things. So yes, I am also very happy to be here. 2 weeks in a row is very rare, especially at the end of the year. Now, speaking of the end of the year, one of the main things that we also kind of a little struggle is getting the best tech news because it has been a very slow time, but as usual that is towards the end of the year. So of course we still do have news, but probably not the most exciting ones. So this is the best time for us to have a bit more interaction with you guys. So Syed also come out with better questions, not like the recent one, not so good about POCO. But anyway, one of the main things that we need to do is of course to talk to you guys, especially when news is a little slower. So yes, for today, the main two topics that we are going to be talking about is of course the Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold release. So much to talk about that. Even though we do not have any hands-on devices here, but I feel like this particular topic alone might take maybe about half an hour. And then our favorite streaming platform, Netflix, quietly removes a feature which I kind of knew about it. So yeah, and interestingly enough is that I feel like only Syed was the only one who has actually talked about this because nobody covered this particular thing. So good job, Syed, on actually getting this out. And it is something whereby even I just realized it. I do not know when they started this, but it has happened to me when I got a hotel, like a staycation for Pris in October, where I had this issue. So we'll be talking about that issue and of course the Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold. If you guys are new here for the very first time, welcome to What the Tech. This is a tech-based podcast. Sometimes we may talk rubbish, but in the end of the day, it's both me and Vernon who knows each other for eons talking about tech. So if you guys like more of a conversation style of What the Tech or any tech news, this is the place for you guys to go and also to be, because we have both the audio version and also the video version. And like somebody like Vernon's been listening on YouTube Music. I've been listening this on Apple Podcasts whenever I'm stuck in the traffic and stuff like that. So yes, every platform, you name it, because we pay subscription for every platform. So please do but support us over there. Okay, let's get into the meat of things. The first one, Abang, is the Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold release.
Yes, a bit of a surprise. I think it kind of rolled out quietly, unfolded quietly, without much fanfare. So
why do you think that they, because it was a surprise? We've been talking about the rumors about how, it's going to be releasing. We didn't think that it's going to be now. We thought it would be maybe like a one more thing, Samsung's version.
Probably when MWC or something, right?
Or even earlier, Unpacked. Also makes sense, right? Because that's what they did for their Edge when they did it earlier last year. Earlier this year, Earlier this year, they did the Edge. But they decided to release it just like that, and they never done something like this. And you would think that they will at least release it at the same time as the other Z Fold series. So we're gonna really dive in deeper for today's conversation. Of course, the main thing is the fact that it is a full triple screen. And
I like how Syed kind of described it. And he didn't say it's like a triple fold. Which I feel, again, I've talked about this before, is that the trifold is a misnomer. It should be bifold because there's only two hinges. You fold it twice, not fold it 3 times. There is 3 panels, correct? And I like how Syed described it as a triple screen architecture and uses a dual hinge, which is absolutely accurate. And calling it trifold is absolutely a wrong name. Why not call it Galaxy G? Because how it folds is very unique, and as a technology showcase where you previewed before, you saw how the G fold was, and I thought it was going to be called a G fold maybe.
That was the apparent working title for it. I don't know why.
I think G fold makes more sense, and maybe they wanted it to be closer to the Z fold series as a family.
So one big caveat, now we do have like a cut based on what exactly, but since we are actually going to just go through whatever comes to our head, good point there, because what's funny is that the Huawei Mate X Fold, their big version of the Trifold, does fold and unfold to a G way. So,
Yeah.
and what's interesting is that there is no way of you using a double screen. Like you have an option to either use one screen or three screen,
Yes. Correct.
which is weird. It's like at least the Huawei's version gives you an option to, I just want to use two screens, not a three screen, which I've seen people using it, not only in China, but also here in Malaysia, where people use a double screen. Probably only when they need to, they will release the third screen.
I think the rationale behind that from Samsung's point of view was that there's only one exposed screen, so you touch it less.
Yeah.
There's less likely of I guess damage or more accident prone, I guess.
Yeah.
If there's more screen to be exposed.
Yeah.
Unlike the Mate, where it has exposed screens. But yeah, I think it's a different take on it, and it's quite unique. Whether it's a positive thing for consumers, that's another question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, it is a big device.
It is.
Open it is like 10 inches, like wow.
But the thing is, at least it's not as big as the S11 Tab Ultra, which is too big, right?
Yeah,
that was really unwieldy, like how Syed mentioned too. Okay, just to give you all the context or the specs of the particular device in case you all haven't heard of this, because I know some of you all actually really come to our channel to, especially this podcast, to get all of this news. So thank you so much. That's one of the reasons why we actually created a podcast. When you fully open the Trifold, we will still call it Trifold, although we don't believe it's a Trifold. But when you fully open, it's a 10-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x display. Very good, looks amazing. So it's equivalent to a 6.5-inch phone side by side. There's also the dual armor flex hinge design, which, it's very similar to the Z Fold 7 because the Z Fold 7 has improved tremendously. But one really mind-blowing fact is the fact that it has only 3.9 mm thick or thin when open.
At its thinnest point.
Yeah, it's super thin.
It tapers at the end, right?
So it's exactly like how if you've seen the Z Fold 7, it's just that now you just open it and you have that. Yeah, so you kind of noted here that OCD people will flip when it comes to design. So yeah, talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think because how the mechanism works is when it's folded, it's actually designed for usability. So I don't have a device here.
Yeah, of course.
But when you close it, the top is actually a little bit longer than the one at the bottom, so that when you open, it's easier to open the device.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to kind of use your fingernails to pry it open, right? So that's a design decision. But I feel that there could be a better way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
But from a consumer standpoint, it could look better. Because right now the edges don't kind of line up.
Yeah.
And the OCD person will go crazy looking at that. I think it's a nightmare. But let's not forget this is version 1.0, so it's going to get better for sure. What do you think about that?
Again, like what you said, we do not have the device with us. And I kind of agree a little because we did use Huawei's version of the triple screen phone. And at times, especially if you just first time, you go like, hey, which it's the wrong side. And knowing the fact that they know that the inner screen is not as durable, so people who have longer fingernails will definitely damage the screen. Even though I'm considered like half OCD, but I'm okay with the fact that they did it because of the fact that they were trying to protect, and because they still technically do have a place where it's a total no screen. I would say so it's like a double no screen. At the same time, if you turn it around, it's 3 screen. I agree with you that it is still version 1.0, but I don't see Samsung improving that specific part because they already put their set to it. Another thing which is also interesting is that when you open up, there is like a magnet that will kind of help you to push it in order for you to actually also unfold it. So I don't think they will line it up for the OCD people. They just want to make it a bit more user-friendly in terms of opening it up and closing it as well.
What about, how Lenovo did it once with the Lenovo Book?
Yeah.
The tablet was super slim.
Yeah.
You tap on it and it opens.
There's also the ones where you like press a button.
So it's like a latch where you physically have to I mean, that's one way of doing it. It's not as elegant as trying to pry it open.
Could be.
Yeah, some ideas for Samsung. I'm sure they've explored plenty, thousands probably in their design studio.
Yep, good point.
I'm sure. But again, the G folding mechanism is cool and is very unique. It's not something that you see there in the market today.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite nice. When it's folded out, it's super thin. I do like that. It's quite nice to have like a super big screen. Definitely an advantage for certain applications. I don't really like how the hinges kind of protrude at the top and bottom when it opens. But again, it's 1.0. We'll probably get better ones in when it's 2.0 and 3.0.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The chipset is not using the new Gen 5 chip. So it's still the Snapdragon 8 Elite Galaxy version.
I think it's good enough.
Yep.
It's in line with what's available in the market. Not
Agreed.
Well, okay, maybe not the top notch, but it is still substantially a powerful chip. I wouldn't expect any less. It's not a mid-range device.
Agreed. So, but one of the biggest improvements and of course the biggest things that people went wow is the fact that it has 5,600 milliamps of battery because they're using the 3-cell system. Again, we do not know whether or not it's silicon carbon. I do not think so because Samsung has not adopted that technology into their phones as of yet. But still 5,600 milliamps of battery. We will go into the not so good soon, but for me, I think that is also like what you say, a bare minimum when it comes to battery.
I think it's more than adequate.
Yeah.
It's not mind-blowing. And also, I think physical battery capacity doesn't always tell the whole story.
Yeah.
You know, how software optimizes the chipset, whatever else. So I'm sure it'll deliver at least a full day battery.
Yeah. The cameras are the same as the Z Fold 7, so there's no compromise there, which is good because previously they always kind of compromise the cameras. They go like, oh, it's a foldable, nobody needs the camera, but this time around it's actually very good. Another like a wow factor is the fact that Samsung DeX runs standalone on the main screen.
Yeah.
Which means that they could have done it on the tablet, which they didn't, right? If you think about it, because when we reviewed the Galaxy Tab S11,
the Tab S didn't have
there is DeX. They have DeX, but it's not within the device itself.
Oh.
So
maybe they just discovered it.
You know how it is.
It's probably going to roll out to the tablet soon.
So Samsung DeX, in case you all do not know, is like a desktop version, very similar, where they do have up to 4 workspaces, and it's actually something very good. But then, of course, Samsung DeX, I would say that based on how Syed has reviewed the tablet and even when I tested out, it's still not the best, but it's definitely better than your typical Android, especially when it comes to the apps and stuff like that. Right?
I do like that proposition that DeX is in this device itself. You don't have an external screen, although the environment will never replace something like Windows environment.
Yeah.
But it's close. I mean, if you need to do light work and productivity and you need some multitasking, I think it definitely works with the 4 virtual workspaces.
Yep. Yeah. So there is a confirmation on the global rollout. So it will be released, but guess what? Malaysia is not part of the list.
So Korea, it's not global then.
Yeah, technically it's not done because Malaysia is global. Korea is first on the 12th of December, which is the date?
That's pretty close.
Quite close. And then China, Taiwan, Singapore, and UAE, and then US in Q1 2026. That's probably the reason why MKBHD did not review the device just yet.
Why do you think US gets to the US so late, like Q1?
I had this conversation with Mo yesterday when we were like driving, going for a shoot, and I still feel like Samsung's market share, I don't have the numbers to back it up, but I do see like based on the tech YouTuber friends that I have in the UK compared to the US, like we're talking about Hales and Arun Maini, Mr. Who's the Boss. Every time I see that, they always have a little more activities, a little more things, Samsung UK compared to Samsung Malaysia.
Really?
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah. So like even for me, so like if I had a choice to like tap out the whole team and go to another country and start over or continue on from the channel, I would choose UK way more over US because of how the tech scene is actually really huge there. And I do see like a lot of our YouTuber friends and all really going out and doing so much more stuff compared to the US. Do not know why. Maybe they allocate a higher marketing budget over there. We do not know. Or probably because they see that as a bigger market for them to conquer. And maybe because iPhone is so huge in the US.
I think that's probably the case because iPhone is huge in the US.
So they be like, okay, look, we're already number one in Korea. The next best place where like your English speaking audience could be in the UK. So that could be it.
This, when you think about it, this is a super, super niche product. So it's not, iPhone isn't like the direct competitor.
Because the iPhones haven't even come out with a foldable.
Yeah, exactly. So there isn't a direct competitor to this. So
so
they could have rolled it out globally, I guess.
That could be one of the cons, right? So going to the cons, of course, no official price have been released yet, but the leaks, and if you just do like a rough conversion, we're looking about like 3,000 USD. You're right. The price hurts.
3,000 USD is 12,000 ringgit. Rather buy a laptop, to be honest.
Yeah. It's the same argument Syed made on the tablet when you're reviewing the Tab S11 Ultra. It's good. It's not to say it's not a good tablet, but when you go up to a 14-inch tablet, you can't bring it around, and you're still, unless it's a Windows base or even an iPad. Even an iPad come out with a 14-inch, I'll be like, for what?
Yeah, right? Even the 12.9, I feel like sometimes it's a little too big.
Even like Jake wanted to buy an iPad Pro, and I told him to buy the 11-inch because I felt like 12.9 inch is just a little too big unless like you're gaming and stuff like that. But for productivity and bringing it on the go, the 11-inch iPad Pro is a better option. Now, weight does have a concern because, we are looking at a very, very heavy phone. Again, we do not have the phone here to really hold it. I doubt we'll be having any review unit because it's 3,000 USD. We don't have that kind of responsibility. But who knows? If it comes to Malaysia, that's where we'll be getting our hands on that.
I think based on the video I saw by Arun, who's the boss, it's around 300 grams, which is not bad for a 10-inch device. I mean, which Z-Fold is 200-ish.
Yeah.
But at 300 grams, not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah. And still unwieldy, but when you open it up. But
10-inch is just nice as opposed to 14-inch when it comes to really like, and at least you can kind of fold it, right? So I think, So I think that's the main selling point. Yeah. Now, if I had to choose between a tablet and a folding phone, which can come out to a tablet, of course, we will choose the folding one because it's a bit more portable. Another huge concern is durability and, of course, people who cannot take the crease. But to be completely honest, the crease have been really improved ever since the Z Fold 7.
It's getting better. Not that yet.
It's not that best. It never bothered me from day one. It is one of the things that never bothered me until the Pixel 10 Pro Fold came out. It's like, oh my God. Because you know why? The 10 Pro Fold, like I said, it feels like a
Gen 3 device.
It's like a Gen 3 device of Samsung.
Yeah.
When they first came out, their crease was madness, So, of course, durability for long term, when you're spending 3,000 USD, you need to be extremely sure that it can last up to at least 3 years, right? So software-wise, Samsung has been very strong.
Yeah.
App optimization, I put here as one of the no's, but I feel like based on Arun Mayani's video, I like how like you can open YouTube not exactly to the screen, it goes over the second screen. Yeah. And that's the reason why I remember when you told me that if I choose the Pixel Fold versus Samsung, I'll still go with Samsung because they're so smart when it comes to their software optimization when it comes to this as well. Yeah.
I think the advantages depending on what apps you use.
Yeah.
Like for YouTube, it would definitely benefit if it was widescreen.
Yeah.
So like this would benefit from it because as in we've seen in Arun's video, it's how YouTube is a little bit more optimized for viewing.
Yeah.
And the Z Fold is not because of the square kind of ratio.
Yeah.
You open it up.
Exactly.
But just one of the few, benefits.
Very good point.
You get.
Now, I want to ask your opinion on this being a niche device, right? Because it is an amazing tech, but how many people actually need a trifold? Is this something whereby people are going out there and saying, oh, we need a trifold? What are your thoughts about that?
I had a thought about it, and I think this device is going to appeal to maybe 3 people.
Okay, who are the 3
types of people?
Okay, who are the
Number
3
one,
types?
early adopters, like tech enthusiasts will go out and buy it because it's the latest and greatest and it's different. Number 2 is you definitely need deep pockets. So I mean, when foldables first released, it was also very expensive, like 13,000 ringgit to buy, and this is the same. So it's for people who have deep pockets and want something unique. It's almost like a status thing, right?
Yeah.
And thirdly, I think people who want tablet benefits but don't want a tablet.
Yeah.
Because a tablet is a little bit more, it's unwieldy and you can't pocket it.
Yeah.
And you need 2 devices, basically a tablet and a phone.
Yeah.
So this one can have a phone, which, expands into a tablet.
Good point.
Benefits of a tablet.
I think I would like
So I
to
think
add
these
into the type of people as well. Maybe this is a bit more linking towards the early adopters. It could also be for the ones who've already tried another trifold in the market, which is like the Huawei's trifold. I do know like there's other brands who also release a trifold, but always it's either a
TCL
concept.
or whatever, right?
TCL. I wanted to say TCL, no, but it's either a concept, the software optimization is not the best in the world, or
TCL is really
availability.
bad.
Or
The software is
availability,
bad, yeah.
right? So knowing the fact that Samsung is the very first one to have a triple screen device like this, it is technically the very first device which is available globally, easily to buy.
Yeah.
You don't have to do any any like weird workaround is the word I was looking for. Workaround to get Google to work, which like if you are in Malaysia, Gbox is so easy. And again, you can go to the countries mentioned earlier and you can just go to a Samsung store and just buy it, and you know that everything works out of the box. As opposed
That's
to
a good
looking.
point. Yeah, that's a good point.
The early adopters could be like, okay, I already tried the Huawei one. I like this form factor. Samsung has this. Okay, I'm all in, right? So probably that could be one of the things. We are still going to go on this particular topic, guys, because we want to have a little more of a discussion angles for this. So if you guys have any thoughts, do talk or let us know in the comment section below. Because the first question that I want to discuss is the fact that, with this whole trifold thing, is Samsung actually solving a real problem or creating a new one?
That's the $1 million question,
Yeah.
right? I think it solves a couple of questions. I think number one is they're still driving the productivity route, where it's about doing more.
Yeah.
And it's about multitasking. They're still romanticizing that multitasking and that you can get more done.
Yeah.
I personally think that focus is better. But the tablet thing was always like that. It was always about doing more. And I think it works to a certain extent, but can you imagine who would be carrying these devices? Would it be the CEOs or would it be the executives? And if you're driving productivity, executives are the ones who are productive. CEO is not going to be doing so much of the physical work.
Good point.
It's for gaya, maybe style. It's for having the latest and greatest in my pocket. And it's going to be unique. Nobody else is going to have it.
Yep.
So if it's going to be executives who are going to be productive, are they actually going to be afforded? Can they actually afford them? So that's the question. But I think Samsung is doing this because they can. They have experience doing the fold.
Yeah.
They are getting better. They produce the displays. Yeah. They produce all the other hardware. I mean, aside from throwing a Exynos chip in it, but they have everything. They have the software, the hardware, the expertise, and they can do it. So from the innovation angle, yes, they do it because they can.
How about where does this fit in Samsung's lineup, in your opinion?
I think it's not going to replace the Z Fold per se. I think it's going to be a separate product in the lineup, and it's not going to replace tablets either, because I feel again is for those people who want that tablet benefits without buying a tablet, and they want a single device maybe. And I think it's going to be a subcategory of foldables, and because it's a super premium product and the price point, it's going to be separate altogether. Different kind of marketing from even the fold.
I did ask this when it comes to iPhones, you know, like the Air, like whether or not it's going to be a yearly release. Do you predict that this Trifold is going to, that means like, will there be a Trifold 2 in the month of December 2026?
Good question. I think it's highly likely because there is going to be improvements to it, whether it's iterative or not. There's going to be improvements. It's going to be, you know, a better crease screen. It's going to be, I don't know how thin it can be, but I think it's probably reached its limits. But we didn't expect the 3.9 millimeter, to be honest. And that's quite unique. There's going to be better cameras. There's going to be better.
So you feel it will come out every year, lah?
Yeah, I think it's going to come out.
Said, do you think it'll come out every year?
Yeah, I think they're going to go for maybe like a couple of years and see how it's going to go.
I don't think they're going to release it every year.
Really?
I think it's going to be like maybe once in 2 years or once in 3 years.
But then again, if you look back at history, Samsung has never done that. They've always done a yearly cycle.
Yeah.
Unless iPhone changes.
So you know what? We will test that point if Unpacked they don't release an Edge. There you go.
Good point.
So if they don't release the Edge, then that's the first.
But the Edge is a different story because I mean, from what we hear, they are going to kill it, right?
Yeah.
Because the Plus is making a comeback.
So would the Trifold also be killed because no one's buying it and it's not globally available?
Maybe not so soon.
Yeah.
Give it maybe 2-3 iterations.
Okay, cool. I love this discussion. We'll wait and see. So at this point in time, Abang, do you feel a Trifold can finally replace a tablet and a laptop or just a tablet?
My answer will be yes and no, depending on what you use it for. I think for light productivity, yes. Just like how we use a tablet to do word processing and do your web browsing and some video editing may be possible. But when it comes to more intensive tasks, I feel that nope, it's never going to replace a proper laptop with a mouse, keyboard and mouse, or a PC, a desktop PC. And that's the way it is. Yeah.
Okay. So
what about you? What do you feel?
I think it may be able to replace a tablet if you have the budget to do so. I love the idea of it being portable because that's the biggest issue which I felt on the Ultras, on the tablets. But a laptop, no. It's plain no because the softwares that you use, especially as a creative standpoint, and I just love how it is on a PC or even on a Mac. Like that kind of OS still appeals to me more. I'm more confident. Even though like for example, our accounting software, Xero, which we pay subscription, by the way. Annoying, everything subscription. So
can you cast it on a TV?
The thing is that, that's a good point. We're going to be talking about that later. Even though there's an app version, I have that confidence of just going on the laptop and doing it. Frame.io, also we pay a subscription.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's available on iOS devices, but not on Android. So again,
but it's a browser version, right? Frame.io, you can use it.
Yeah, there's a browser version, but again, it's very clunky lah. And coming out on the phone, it's not as good as how iOS does it. So I feel maybe tablet, yes. And with Trifolds, tablets may slowly say bye-bye in the market, where people will be just buying the so-called budget ones and the premium tablets like the Pros or the Ultras from Samsung will probably just disappear. I still don't think they can totally replace a laptop.
But I think when you look at how Samsung is marketing it, they're very careful to talk about tablet or laptop replacement for this device as a replacement for that.
Yeah.
Also, if they were to go that route, I feel that they could market things like a physical keyboard that connects with it. Why isn't there a kit to do it just like a tablet, like a S Ultra, right? S10 Ultra. They could do that technically if they wanted to, if they really want to go that route.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a physical keyboard?
That's a good point. The next question is that, do you think that Trifolds are the future of smartphones or future tech that we or human needs, or is the future a little more towards AR glasses like the Vision Pro and the Project Mohan, that what is it now called? What is it called now? The official word, the headset, like the XR headset.
XR,
the Galaxy XR. Yeah. So do you think that Trifolds is the future, or that side of things is the future?
I feel that there's a segment for both.
Okay.
There's a segment for foldables. There's a segment for AR glasses, because not everyone can use AR glasses.
Okay.
And not everyone likes foldables. So while there are some functions that kind of overlap, I feel they're both unique in terms of user experience and functionality, per se.
Okay.
So there's a space for both.
Okay.
Yeah, and more, obviously.
I'm going to put a magic ball in front of you and ask you, we have dual folds, triple folds, what's next? Quad fold?
I feel it's not going to be folding tech. Something that I think will happen is the next wave will be rollables. And
I just wanted to say that because Oppo did it so well. The Oppo Find, I forgot what it's called, but we did a video on that. It was very good. It's very intuitive. It was like magical about how you can just like, it goes. Yeah. But I think there's something. Brilliant. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I prefer to have a rollable phone than a foldable phone if I had to really choose. But if I really choose, but I guess there's something that these brands are not telling us, and that's why they didn't.
It could be tech limitations. I mean, I'm sure
there's TVs which been selling, but I think from a consumer or like a portable form factor, maybe it's a bit more harder and less durable.
Like you said, the brands have done it already.
Yeah.
Some as far as maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I've seen it with Lenovo also.
Yeah.
We've seen it with LG, foldable displays, rollable displays.
Yep.
I think the time will come, and I feel that is the next wave, and we'll see who does it better and who does it first and commercializes it. I would love to see. It's so sci-fi, right? Just roll the display like a scroll. So cool.
Okay, so that is the discussion when it comes to the new Trifold. Let us know in the comment section below. Do you feel like this is the future of smartphones, or do you think that people are just forcing it and this is the wrong direction? Speaking of direction, Netflix decides to hide something from us because they quietly removed a casting support. Give us a lowdown on that.
Yeah, so they remove casting support from mobile phones to your TVs, and apparently it covers modern TVs. So if you're using an old device, old TV, you can still cast.
Okay. They
kind of change their terms and conditions somewhere. If you're not paying attention, you're not gonna see it. But they've updated their support page and changed and reworded some stuff. Just to tell you that you need to check for compatibility for your devices and use the remote if you're using new devices. So they're forcing you to not use your mobile device as a second remote and use the original physical remote that comes with your TV. So
do you feel like that is like going backwards in terms of technology, or you think it's fine?
I mean, from a usability standpoint, it is crippling features, and from a user experience, that's not nice because you are reducing my options.
Yeah.
The more options I have, the better it is. But the question is why? Why are they doing this? And is it really such a big impact to the bottom line that they have to do this?
Yeah. They're not even answering that, because the thing is that I'm still trying to understand why this happened, because it is a total inconvenience. We're already paying for subscription. Yes, there's people who are not paying for subscription. I would feel like from a person who like I was at a confinement center for a month. Prior to that, I had a staycation with Pris, and I had to remind myself literally on the phone to don't forget to log out.
Because when you scan the QR code, you're logged in.
Yes, you're logged in. And it doesn't automatically log out. And to be completely honest, this is exactly what happened when we checked into the confinement center. It was someone else login on YouTube and also on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen that happen many times.
Yeah, because you tend to forget.
Yeah,
and by having the casting option, you actually know that, okay, look, it's on my phone. And try typing on a remote on something on a Netflix app. It's bloody annoying.
Yeah.
And like, I feel it's going backwards. Instead of them removing this feature, they should be doing something like improving the user experience. Like, okay, you already have it on your phone. it's similar like what YouTube does, right? So you still can just have a QR code, you just scan and then you're sorted, and then you can still go in and then cast it. If a big I think that's the reason why YouTube is number one now, right? In terms of TV, because it makes it easy for people.
It's
to
very
just go
seamless, very frictionless.
And it's like search. Like you want to type a movie, it's like, I know what you did last summer. You're going to go like I space no, and then pray to God whether it comes out. But on the phone, you can go like.
I mean, you can go voice, but it's not always 100%.
Especially if you got Indian accent. I know what you did last, what it came out. But why do you think that this happened? Is it because they are actually looking to do like a household crackdown to find out which is real, which is not real? And if that is the case, how can they actually find people doing this?
I mean, as you know, they've kind of geo-locked your accounts, right? So if you have 2 logins from different places, they're going to lock down one at least. It does have to do with policing their subscribers. And I think the sucky thing is that it covers every subscription tier, even premium, which is a bit sucky to me. Why not have, I mean, if they're going to do this non-casting thing, at least have it as an option. As if you subscribe to premium, you're going to get all the features. It's a little bit like how Suka does it. Suka has a very light tier where there is no casting. You can only watch it on mobile, 2 devices, and you pay a set fee for that. But if you go premium, they're going to let you cast to whatever device.
Same like Astro as well.
And that's better. But they're not giving an option to users, which is really sucky. And doing it quietly, the fact that they're doing it quietly is...
so really that's why I wanted to jump ahead and to say the fact that they removed it silently, which means that number one, Netflix has no lack. I mean, they have total lack of transparency, which is the biggest red flag from the company. Number two, they know people would flip. So if they were to make a official announcement, they would definitely get backfired. But eventually, people will find out, and this is what exactly it is, right?
I mean, for a company, is great because you're removing it silently, and I feel that's the best strategy as a business. For the company, good, but for consumers, definitely bad.
I also put a question here which you actually haven't answered, so you can probably tell the audience that does actually Netflix understand how people actually watch content, or they are not thinking properly? Knowing the fact that
I am 100% confident that Netflix knows what their customer base is and their behavior and what they do. They're a super data-centric company, and they know exactly what their customers love and don't love and how they consume their content. That's how the business works for them. So, I definitely understand how people watch their content. And they know that Gen Z and millennials often and always are on their mobile phones. And casting is definitely... I don't even think that they watch TV. So
that's true though.
So how would they impact Gen Zs? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm sure they'll not publish data on this. But, they definitely know something that we don't.
Okay. Final question based on this. Are TV UIs too slow? Is that why people are relying on casting, or they feel like they just want to remove it? And do you agree?
I don't agree that TV UIs are slow. I think if you use Netflix on Chromecast or Apple TV, it's all super slick and smooth.
Exactly.
And it's super optimized for TV and the remote. So I feel that that's not a valid question. But my question again comes back to whether Gen Zs and millennials actually watch TV. And if this casting thing actually makes an impact on the bottom line. Because if they're forcing people to buy more subscriptions, I don't think it's such a huge impact. For this particular
I agree with you
alone.
because TV UIs are so much better now. Not only like Samsung's Tizen is very good. Web OS on LG
is very good.
Very good. Android TV has improved so much compared to last time on the Sony Bravia TV. So I don't think that's the case. But this makes people to, say bye-bye to Netflix even sooner. I would, but my wife watches Netflix.
If you look at other streaming platforms, they do offer casting.
Yeah.
Whether it's Disney Plus, YouTube, Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know
HBO.
why they decided to do this. Okay, moving forward with the next coverage on the news is that after what Steam has been a little more busy, so
they have been busy.
In a good way. The Verge actually had an interview together with them, and apparently they did not say no to a Steam phone. So what are your thoughts? And first, give us the lowdown on what happened. And of course, what are your thoughts about this new evolution that somebody like Steam, a new player, would actually come about?
Yeah, well, according to the interview with The Verge, Steam OS architect, I hope I pronounce his name correct.
You don't have to.
Pierre-Luc Griffet.
Oh, you.
Wow, sounds French. Said he's not discounting any possibility. When asked about bringing Steam OS to mobile device, he did say we'll make a phone. He said that, are you bringing Steam OS to mobile devices? Meaning it could be third-party hardware manufacturers who create the phone, but make Steam OS available on these platforms. Interesting. Also, what's interesting is Valve secretly funded an ARM emulator called FEX since 2016.
Yeah. I totally did not know about this until the research. So I was like, what?
FEX or FEX combines with Proton, which is a Windows game compatibility layer, which is available on Linux.
Yeah.
And which allows you to play Windows games, x86 instructions on Linux. So which is a good thing. But again, it's emulation. I know ARM is super, super powerful, like demonstrated, with Apple devices.
Yeah.
And emulation runs almost like native speeds.
Yeah.
Whether it's macOS or on iOS.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But again, Valve isn't announcing a Steam phone today. They're not. They're just saying that they have built the infrastructure and it's ready. And hardware partners, like whether it's Lenovo or Asus, can actually build a phone and have Steam OS running on it.
Yeah. So going into that topic, do you think that Valve should actually build a hardware on its own and leave it to the partners, like what you mentioned?
I think they could do both. They have like the Steam Deck, and also people like Asus will build an Ally based on Steam OS, or Lenovo has done that as well. They could do that. They could do both ways. Of course, a Valve Steam phone would be much more valuable because it's their own IP, right?
Yeah.
A little bit like how, let's say, Microsoft Surface is a premium product.
Yeah.
But they have other hardware partners who build hardware based on that OS.
Good point.
I think the question to ask is whether there is a market for a dedicated gaming phone based on SteamOS. I'm not so sure, to be honest.
So you don't see this as a threat to Nintendo, Apple, or Google Play?
I don't see it as a threat. I think it's two different markets entirely. I think, number one, there's a hardware market. Number two, there are different types of gamers. There are social gamers that are on mobile phones.
Yeah.
And as you know, like iOS, 1 billion devices on ARM. And there's console gamers, and there's the PC master race.
Yeah.
Correct. So a very different kind of gaming market.
Okay. Yeah. So let us know if you guys would buy a potential Steam phone in the comment section below, and then we can actually discuss about that. For your segment, who asked for this? I was trying to figure out. I wanted this part because while I was doing the podcast sheet, I was like, what do I? Then I remember you shared this. So there's this thing called the Zapata air scooter. Talk to us about that.
Very cool. If you live where I live, which is Oakland Road, which is perpetually jammed with traffic every single day, you would kind of appreciate this invention. So this is by a French company called Zapata. And what they've done is build a single-seater hybrid electric VTOL, which is vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. And it's designed to be, I guess, dumb-friendly. You don't have to be pilot to use it. You don't need a full pilot's license.
Okay.
And according to US regulations, it's classified as an ultralight aircraft. So you don't need pilot license. Can be used for leisure or tourist use.
Okay.
Superlight inventions only 112 kilos, and with the pilot and also a fuel load.
Sorry, you can go in now. Just joking.
32 kilos. Yes, you can. No. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Without
kidding.
fuel.
I'm kidding.
Without fuel.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I mentioned, it's a hybrid electric, so it uses both fuel tank and also an electric powertrain. Not too bad. It travels at a cruise speed of 80 kilometers an hour, and with a top speed of 100 kilometers an hour. So yeah, it'll zip along Old Klang Road to Mid Valley and quite fast. And endurance is great, up to 2 hours. What it uses is multiple propellers, so 14 propellers on 8 booms.
Wow.
Unlike like a quadcopter with 4, this has a bit more redundancy for safety. So in case one propeller fails, you still have 7 more to go to keep you stable. And what's interesting is the cockpit seats one, obviously, but it has 2 joysticks for control. But I think just as how drone technology has advanced so much in these days, it's become so safe, it's become so, an idiot-proof. And part of Zapata's pitch is that flying should be easy and not requiring any kind of pilot training. So you can just get in, sit there, pay 250,000 USD to buy it, which is $1 million ringgit.
Okay.
And you take a 20-minute kind of pilot's training, and that's it. You'll be able to fly.
There's also a rent where you can rent it for 500 USD with 20 minutes of training as well. Now, before I ask who asked for this, Mo also did tell me this is before this. Apparently, with the whole crazy monsoon season, which the rain was non-stop, I think, was it in Vietnam or somewhere that someone was rescued by a drone?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like they literally came with a big drone.
In bad weather conditions?
Yeah. That means because he was flooded everywhere, right?
Right.
So like the first a rooftop, and then he actually climbed up. I wish I had a video. So Mo was telling me about it.
That's amazing. I mean, that's obviously one of the
So you
uses,
said you asked for this, but would you ride on it?
Yeah, I would.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I would. Like I say, I mean, drone technology has advanced so much.
Yeah, but you do realize that there's no like proper
safety?
What is a safety? But you know how like the percentage of helicopters crashing is so much higher than aeroplanes. Aeroplanes is so low compared to cars, in case you all did not know.
In physics, vertical takeoff and landing is like the most against the physics.
It's not like a plane. So
it's much
so you
more
don't have that
dangerous.
anxiety to just. I mean, it looks cool. I agree, but you would.
I would.
Wow.
I think.
Syed, would you?
I think it's a future.
I would rent it. Maybe try it out. And
that's exactly what they're gonna do in
Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas, in end of the year, where they're offering flight experiences for people, so you can go try it out, or you have to pay obviously to try it out. And it's the first public air scooter flight center.
I don't know whether it's the age or it's because I have a son, but I don't know. These days, my anxiety of dying, it has raised so much more these days. I don't know whether it's the age or like it. Knowing the fact that there's so much to lose now with the sun and all. But I do not, like even that day I went to Singapore one day and came back like the same day, right? I went on because Firefly is a propeller one.
Yep.
I am totally okay. I have been always okay with it. But for some strange reason, that day I felt like I had a slight anxiety. I'm like, I never had this before. And at least a plane, you have those things to cover you, but at the same time, it could work against you. I wouldn't fly on this. I feel I don't have confidence. Really? And it's like, yes, there's a seatbelt and all, but what if you get struck by thunder?
Do you know when I was really young? When I was really young, I wanted to fly those light aircraft where you can take lessons and actually fly solo with the light aircraft. I wanted to do that when I was young.
There you go.
Yeah. Not the safest.
I also wanted to do a lot of things when I was young.
not the safest
but now in our
mode of
like,
transport.
no. Even now when I go on roller coaster, I cannot go on roller coaster anymore.
Really?
I'll be like, I'm gonna die. That's how I feel.
For me, I don't have a fear of speed, so roller coasters are a little bit boring for me.
Wow.
I enjoy the speed and all, but it doesn't cause fear.
That's why its resting heart rate is 40. Okay, so let us know whether or not this is something that you would like to try.
If it was safer, would you try it? How you define safe?
Yes, define safer. What would you improve from the Zapata to make people like me
if
be
it was a
confident
jet
enough?
engine and not propellers?
Ooh.
If it was a different energy source, what if it was nuclear powered and it didn't have?
Maybe jet, yes.
To me, the safety part of this is two-pronged. Number one, because it's hybrid. So you're not depending on one source of energy or fuel. So there's both, fuel and also battery powered. So I feel that's a redundancy. Number two, 8 propellers, not 4. And not 2 propellers on some planes.
Yeah.
So there is stability there.
Yeah.
And I think based on what we read and what we know, I think the tech is there in terms of software, whereas much more AI based, where it's idiot proof. You don't have to control or pilot it. So I think that helps in a way.
So when we close this topic, I want to know what is your thoughts. Is this more of a cool gadget, or is it a status symbol, or is this the future of transport, or a mode of transport that you can look forward to in the future, or do you think that this is like a one-off thing? Knowing the fact that you are so confident that you say you want to try, and even Syed wanted to try.
I think flying cars are the future.
Why not yet?
Safety issues.
Okay.
Legacy regulations.
Yeah. Okay.
Because anything that's new is going to take time. Cars have been around for many decades. So rules and regulations be tailored for that.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a cool gadget. Yes, it's a future mode of transport, which has been demonstrated already, I think, in many countries, even in China. Flying cars. Dubai. Flying taxis and cars. It's inevitable, is going to come. It's going to get safer, it's going to get better. So, I'll definitely embrace it if it comes.
Okay.
No traffic jam is better than traffic jam.
That's true, especially where you stay.
It's either that or move to some remote area with no traffic.
Not remote area. You just join me and Syed and just come to Klanajaya again, because he's a Klanajaya fella. He left us. He left the old Glen Road. He come back. You and your wife come back. Anyway, that is what we want to know in terms of who is it for. It's for Vernon and Syed, but still not for me. I don't ask for that. I rather walk. Okay, the community segment is based on the POCO F8 Ultra and also the F8 Pro. Syed has asked that if you get either the POCO F8 Ultra or the F8 Pro, what would be the deciding factor for you? Our video is already out. Let us know in the comment section below. The percentage of people says, believe it or not, they would go with the Ultra because of the Bose subwoofer. Interesting. The second one would be the price, and then camera. And what's interesting is that POCO made so much effort to come up with a new design, but nobody gives a shit. Yeah, so Vernon, let us know whether you agree with this particular thing, or and if not, what is your main priority when it comes to choosing the Ultra and even the Pro? I
agree with the results because number one, the Bose subwoofer is novel. It is unique.
Yeah,
it has not been done before, and it's the only one in the market.
Yeah.
Well, aside from
they did. It is like this was Bose subwoofer. They are the first one. The K series is the POCO anyway. Yeah. So it's just a different brand name.
I agree with that. I'm a bit surprised with design because I thought it would be second.
The design. Yeah,
I thought it would be second because that's the unique factor. But then again, when you look at the price and the value that it offers, I think it's pretty accurate. I've recommended this phone right after our review and also our podcast session to people because it's just great value, and you're getting a lot for the price. And I think the results show in this poll. Yeah,
I think
what are the comments so far?
The comments is, before we go into comments, I agree with this poll on number one being the Bose subwoofer. I think price, we already kind of know at the back of our heads that POCO has always done a very good job when it comes to pricing their device. The cameras, we wouldn't know because we haven't done an in-depth review. So I would say, like what you said, the design should come in second because it looks really good. You know, POCO used to come out with weird designs at one point in time, and now they went back to
very
really
OTT gamer-ish.
They did it too much, and then they scale it back. Like for me, my favorite POCO design, hands down, is actually a POCO F3. It's so nice. Vertical camera is just so minimalist and nice. So now, of course, it can't be minimalist anymore because with the Bose subwoofer, and the audio sounds really amazing. I swear, and I promise you all, we will be doing a head-to-head comparison of the audio compared to the iPhone, compared to the S25 Ultra, for you all to really hear the difference with our binaural microphone. That was the word I was trying to look for last week.
Binaural. Oh my god!
I was like, why? When I was driving back, I said, oh my god, it's called binaural microphone.
That's also a name
so we
of
have already invested on a binaural microphone for a very long time, way before a lot of people had it, because I'm an audiophile and I wanted to review earbuds and wanted you all to listen, so you can actually kind of put inside. So yes, we're going to use a binaural microphone, put the S25 Ultra, put all the top flagship, which apparently has the best speakers, and then you can actually really listen to yourself, listen for yourself. And of course, because we are again subscribed to a lot of royalty-free music, so you can actually really listen to it. We will make sure that in the in-depth review, we have a separate segment. I did just reach out to POCO Malaysia asking, can I have the devices? Yeah, I'll check. I'll get back to you. So we just have to wait for that meanwhile, now let's check out the comments. Nash J says, the price, baby, the price. So which means that I guess the price does play a huge factor. It's suddenly raining. Wow. And then Will Rivera says, some said subwoofer. I just need stereo speakers. If I want bass, I just use a Bluetooth speaker.
Then you can get the Pro, right? Because there's no subwoofer. The speakers are the same.
But here's the thing. I would say the same thing as Will if I haven't heard the phone speaker. The phone speaker is really justifiable. Like, it really sounded like novelty. So, Will, if you did listen to the speakers and you're giving me this comment, I'll respect that. But if you haven't listened to the speakers in real life, trust me, you might change your opinion on this because it is really worth it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how POCO came up with such way to be innovative without it being a novelty. Like, for example, the Nothing phone. It's so amazing how Kalpe turns back and say, oh, a lot of people don't use this. It's not our focus. But when the first Nothing phone came out, it's all about the lights. I want to create a community. So things like that irritates me because you're going against what you said initially. But POCO really surprised us by having a subwoofer where all of us thought that we didn't need it. Now, this is almost like a Bluetooth speaker. And it works in any kind of genre of music. That's the best part. It doesn't sound good on EDM. It doesn't sound good on rock or metal. Like Leewood was playing like some System of a Down chop suey. It's like chops it, and I'm like, wow, it really sounds like a Bluetooth speaker, and we tried to put it on the floor, on the table, on the floor, different direction, and it just sounds good. So trust us on this. When you listen to it in real life, it'll be a totally different experience. Patrick's, I think, design only having Xiaomi OS makes it worthless. Okay lah, this is very debatable.
Yeah, it's very subjective. Some people don't like Xiaomi OS.
Some people still do not like Hyper OS. Hyper OS is a million times better than MIUI. But I kind of understand, and while like Origin OS on Vivo devices makes me feel like I want to use a Vivo devices every single day, which I kind of do as my Android device at this point in time. But yeah, I kind of understand where you come from. But I don't think that Xiaomi is going to be revamping their HyperOS anytime soon. I think like this is the way moving forward. And I don't think it sucks. Neither I don't think that it's the best of any Android, right? Legendary Blood says subwoofer that doesn't produce sub bass. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay, they said love Xiaomi, but this marketing strategy is unreal. It's just a woofer, but it's miles ahead now versus any smartphone. I agree what he meant by it's called a subwoofer, but there's no sub bass.
Right.
Because it's a smartphone and also technically you're not using a sub bass specifically. Probably if they just call it a bass speaker, then technically they're right. Now this is also an argument based on, like, for example, a trifold. Is it really a trifold?
I think it's marketing because also people understand what a subwoofer is rather than saying just a bass speaker which sounds
or external speaker. Doesn't sound sexy, right?
Yeah.
But you got a point. I totally agree with you from an audio perspective. You are right. Actually, now that you mentioned this, I'm going, oh yeah, you're actually very right. But I guess from a marketing standpoint, it is very debatable on why exactly they did this. But very interesting ones as well. And as usual, Syed will be asking the community questions every Tuesday. So stay tuned on our YouTube community tab for that as well. Now, it's raining very heavily. So I guess we are already at the end and we want to wrap things up in case you can hear the rain. The video releases recap. We did do that surprise video, which is the X300 Pro versus the iPhone 17 Pro. Any thoughts about that particular video since we didn't talk about it last week?
A little surprising, so go watch it. And if you're thinking of buying a phone that is great at photography and videography, go check this video out.
Okay.
I think has some very interesting revelations. I was quite surprised at some of the results.
So we had a lot of new people in it because when I was looking at the analytics, a lot of people subscribed on this particular video, especially a lot discovered us in this particular video, especially our Malay audience. And one guy wrote one whole like a karangan of a comment. He said nobody does it like how we did it for the comparison. And I just want to give context that it was a very hard video to do because number one, it was the rainy season. And I was trying to find the right time. It was very hard. Number two, I was in the confinement center. All of the pictures and the video was taken downstairs at the confinement center. So I had to juggle between my son and then come down and then faster take a photo as soon as I see blue sky. And every day, I pray for good weather, not only for the people out there, but also for me to take good photos for you all to see. And of course, I edited the entire video at the confinement center with my MacBook Pro without my typical 3 screen. So it was a very tough video to do. So I just want you all to know how tough it was. But at the same time, we appreciate all the views and the new subscription coming from the video as well. Upcoming videos, we are looking to do an in-depth review of the M5 MacBook Pro. Also, our very first robot vacuum video after 2 years, which is the Eufy E25. And also, since I'm still a lover of smart home products, we are going to be coming up with a video of the must-have smart home products from Akara for year 2026. If you guys are looking to have a brand new smartphone, brand new smart home, I always get confused, a brand new smart home, or you are actually adding into that as well. So yes, that concludes our episode number 38 of What the Tech. My name is Adam Lobo.
My name is Vernon. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.